Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, happy Friday! We're back playing Cheeky Chooks today. We'll see, I don't remember. I think we were trying to get the Halloween, like, witch hen last time, and it was not going well. So I've kind of given up on the summoning ritual because I went back and I checked the VOD, and we had done it within the time that we needed to do it, and it still didn't give it to us, so I feel like we'll just move on from that one. We'll just let it go. It's fine. Chickville can survive without the witch chicken. But hope you guys are doing well. Hope Minesweeper was good. Let's see, we're doing good. That is full. I think our chickens are just vibing for now. I don't remember, let's see. Oh, we got some rewards from last time. I don't really like the rocket riders. They're like weird playground stuff. You laughing at me, Errol? Put that away. That's not to be used lightly. Hey. Oh wait. You're gonna get demodded. Oh man, look at this one go. Who are you? Who is this? Jilly? The buff Orpington? Thriving. Thriving, honestly. I'm also thinking, I don't know, we had thought about killing the Oasis too, because it was taking up a lot of space. So that is something we have to think about. Kind of large. We're no longer in summer. So, there is that. I think... How much does it contribute? It does give us egg quality 6 though. That is pretty good. Happiness is only +5 though. Which, not the best. Not the best increase. Certainly not as wild as I would expect for something that's this huge, that takes up this many spaces. Let's see, what else? Unlock Chook Fort. Yeah, if we unlock Chook Fort, we might need to let go of the Oasis. We've been doing a lot of min-maxing in this game, though. I feel like maybe we should just vibe, just chill. Also, I don't know where the music went. We had some music and now we're just vibing. So, we got our background music going, but maybe that's annoying when some of the sounds come in. Let's do a pumpkin smash. I don't know if the girls will get all the pumpkins because we have a lot of them, but they can easily get caught, like, on some of these obstacles. I'm gonna mute our background music because I feel like it's probably creating some weird dissonance. Ursa, hello, welcome in. How are you? How's your Friday going? Hope your week went well. We're just playing Cheeky Chooks today, which is our favorite, very chilled out hen farming game. Very relaxing. Not much crazy going on in here. Pretty basic, honestly. As far as farming games go, you just keep the chickens happy, keep their food and water topped up, which I don't even remember where our food bins are, so maybe those are not doing so. Oh, they're over here. Oh, they're fine. Turns out, pretty full. A bit tired, but it's going okay. Nice. Comfy chickens. Yes. How am I? I'm doing well. This week was kind of busy at work. But work's over for the week, so can't complain, truthfully. Just hanging out, having a good time. So that's definitely been nice. I mean, I feel like my work is often kind of busy during the week, especially more recently. So it's probably going to be a trend, probably all the way up until like November-ish, if I stay at this same job, which is not guaranteed. But yeah, we're usually busy through like November, and then we kind of have the holidays off. Boo, yes, agreed. Agreed. not my fave trend. We don't really have like a clear busy season. We used to be a little bit less busy in the summers sometimes, like our clients just wouldn't be doing a lot, but more and more I feel like we have client work in the summer. So yeah, work a vibe, you know? I feel lucky though, like my job is pretty low-key in comparison. I work remote, kind of just chat to my clients. I've been doing the same thing for a really long time, so it's not too crazy for me. It's not like I have to learn things every day or something, so it's not bad. It's not the worst thing. Where is this last hat? Oh, this one. I could not tell. That little puzzle piece hen was like Nicola, look, the trippy hen. How could you tell that that one was wearing a hat? Like, bamboozling. Alright, how many hen spaces do we have? I think we have room for 52 more hens, which is pretty wild. Let me see. I don't remember where the Chooks list. Oh, here it is. The Chooks list. Ursa, thank you so much for the sub. Welcome to the Jam Fam. Welcome in. I hope you enjoy your time. You subbed at the prime time. You actually, we just got our 2 animated emotes in. For a while, we were kind of just stuck with our 3 statics. Yeah, you get the new smug Ojo emote now, which is key. You love this emote when you saw it. I'm glad. It came out really well, actually. I was really impressed. The artist did a really good job. She was like sick actually during it. I felt bad. She had to like extend the timeline several times because I think she got COVID and then she got something else as well. So she did a great job though. Like, cranked it out. Definitely did not expect her to like be able to do something so nice just like without having a lot of time to do it in. But she killed it. But yeah, I'm excited about the emotes. I'm trying not to add too many all at once. I kind of feel like emotes are best when they're a little bit organic, I guess, and we can kind of like grow with them. Because I felt like if I added too many all at once, like maybe they wouldn't really mesh with what we were going for later on. So slowly but surely, we'll add more. I'm really excited for follower emotes when we finally get those. I have some like fun plans for some follower emotes, including I really want to do a Pickles yelling emote because she's obviously a key figure on the stream. Pickles being my cat. So we'll probably hear her at some point in the background as she often comes in to make her presence known to us. She did on the other stream, actually, on Thursday. She just came in at one point and was like absolutely shouting. She needed to be heard. I think she was like playing with one of her toys and she wanted to show us. So she kind of brought it in, dropped it off, and then was like, hey, say thank you. I was like, okay, we will. We will do that. Calm down. She was like, I am calm. Yeah, she's a cutie. We've had Pickles. Let's see. We've had her for, at this point, like 6 years. I think we think she's about 10 years old-ish. Alright, let's hatch this egg. Oh yeah, this is what we wanted, the lumberchook. Cannot tell what it looks like. Maybe it's plaid. Well, who is this? I'm Dorothy. The corn chicken? Y'all, look at this corn chicken. Dorothy. Alright, welcome in, Dorothy. I'm not, like, not to judge. She is a little weird looking, though. I don't know. She's not as strange as the bee chicken. This hen and its tiny legs really does haunt me. I don't know. Some people, the chat is like half and half. Like, half of the folks really love the bee chicken. They're here for the bee chicken. They think that the bee hen is the queen bee. There's something about the tiny legs that I don't like. Which is weird, because I normally like bees, but for some reason I find it disconcerting in hen form. It feels very much like science has gone too far. I do, however, like the banana chicken. The banana split. I don't even know how we got the banana split. I think it just showed up one day, but I'm glad she's here. I'm glad she's decided to bless us with her presence. Alright, let's do the hat challenge again. Maybe we'll find them faster this time. Oh my goodness, that chicken just fell off the balcony. They keep doing that. We're lucky that clearly they don't take fall damage, even though they land directly on their heads. Because, I don't know, I don't think we would have money for medical care. I do not see... We are missing one hat. Where? Oh, there you are. Hiding. I'm so bad at the hat challenge. Like, I don't know how people are able to do it. Who's this? Faith. Faith is just vibing. Faith's having a great time. So I think chicken-wise, so this game has a mix. So this game is originally an educational game, and it was meant to teach people how to care for backyard chickens, I believe. And part of that is they have a lot of actual chicken breeds in here. There's obviously weird ones, like Stripey is not real, but there are actual chicken varieties that exist in real life that are in here. So I'm kind of aiming for some of those as well. I'd like to get all of the actual real chicken types, because I think that'd be cool. I always wanted to have animals, like a small animal farm. Yes! What kind of animals would you like to have? If you could have any animal, which ones would you pick? Which ones would you have? Because I'm a sheep person. I would really like to have sheep, and I'd like to have chickens. I think the variety of chickens, there's 2 types of chickens that I would love to have. There is a really beautiful one called a lace Wyandotte, which have like these almost like stained glass feathers. They have a dark outline and then a different color on the inside of the feather, and they're really pretty. And salmon faveroles. They're kind of like fluffy salmon colored chickens. They're like winter layers. So those are my 2. Bunnies, chickens, lots of dogs and cats, maybe sheep too, and lots of hamsters. Are you a big hamster fan? I had a hamster when I was a kid. His name was Tiger. He was very cute. He was a great friend. Also rabbits. My sister had a Holland Lop rabbit when we were growing up named Sunny, but she didn't love hanging out with us. She probably needed to be socialized better, but she was not. She was not a huge fan of everyone. We kind of let her go a little feral. She kind of just ran around. She got a whole room to herself. She kind of just partied in there. When I was a small cub, I wanted to build an entire hamster town. That's cute. That's so sweet. I don't know. Hamsters are such great friends. They're so sweet. Alright, let's see. This is our rare egg. We got Molly, the Dalmatian. Alright, welcome in, Molly. Chook fact 13. The optimal temperature to incubate an egg at is 37.5 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, except warm, I think, right? Like 40s is like 100. So that's pretty toasty. But it makes sense, I guess. It's like chicken body heat under their feathers. Makes sense that it'd be nice and toasty in there. I have a friend who's raising quail right now, so she's always like sending me videos and pictures and stuff of her like incubation setups and of the chicks, the new chicks when they had. She's been raising them and then she's been selling them as chicks, I think, and some like layer eggs as well. So that's kind of been what she's been up to recently. Partying out quail. Quail are so cute. They're so small and they're actually like pretty quiet in compared to like guinea hens, my worst enemy. 99 degrees Fahrenheit, I think. Yeah, that's toasty. The one issue I have with Celsius, like it's great for like science and stuff, but the numbers don't sound hot in relation to the human body, whereas Fahrenheit numbers sound like cold or warm. Like 100 is a big number. It sounds hot. 0 is a very small number. It sounds cold. So it's kind of nice that way. Like 37 degrees doesn't sound that hot. Like, I'm sure it is when you're used to it, obviously, but like 37 is not a high number. That's not even a passing score on a test. So, hard to get used to, I think. Let's check on this. We had a lot of issues. We have this like weather machine that we're supposed to keep topped up to keep the temperature within like the optimal range for chickens. And we kept forgetting about it. And it would like suddenly deplete, and then of course like the temperature would either raise dramatically or drop dramatically, and then we would get a little like notification that our chickens were gonna leave because they didn't want to hang out with us. Yep, 37.5 degrees Celsius. It's a small fever for me. Yeah. Exactly. Let's see. We have a lot of money right now. I don't remember, was there an upgrade we could get? I think it was like, let's see, Farm Essentials. Yeah, the next farm upgrade is at 100k. We probably want some buffer though, because we have a lot of stuff that's like kind of expensive. So we probably want to wait until like we're at like 125k, I think. That's when I think we should consider upgrading. Let's see. I keep forgetting it's only autumn 9. It's like pretty early in the season. Be right back. Yep, take your time. Feel free. Let's see. We need some... What do we need for some of these quests? We had own 12 jack-o'-lanterns. Okay, we can get... We have 6. We can get 6 more. I think those are land items. We'll just put more around. I don't remember how to turn items. Oh, maybe they weren't in land items. Maybe they're in decor? Or maybe they're fun items. I can never tell like what the difference is between these different item sets. Howdy boss, gonna be lurking pretty hard, got a creative streak and need to get the energy to put to good use before it burns away. Yes, that sounds great. Welcome in, Laura. Feel free to lurk. I hope your creative endeavors go well. How did I turn this before? I guess you just manually turn it with the Yeah. Alright, let's put that one here. Let's grab this jack-o'-lantern. We can put it here. And then maybe this one. Whoop. Grab this one over here. Oh, did this let me... Oh. We want to go... We want to go there. That's what our station offset. We want it to be. So I have so many weeds to pick. It's like my Animal Crossing town. It's like slowly encroaching. The weeds are ready to take over. So that was what, 3 pumpkins that we added? They were in decor. Do we have any over here? Oh yeah, we have a bunch over there. Maybe we do... Let's see, which one have we haven't used this one yet. The kind of traditional jack-o'-lantern. Yeah, we know. Calm down, friend. I know I can't put it there. Well and Dark, hello, welcome in. Happy Friday. Hope your week went well. We are just playing more Cheeky Chooks today. Our favorite, pretty relaxed, chicken only farming sim. It's technically an educational game for children, I think is how it was originally billed. So it's pretty laid back, truthfully. Cute, but laid back. Still sick, unfortunately. I was on vacation, so there's a week wasted. No! Being sick on vacation is truly one of the worst things. I have often gotten sick on vacation. For some reason, when I was a kid, I was very susceptible to catching things like on planes or something. So I was almost always sick. Anytime we went somewhere, I would get got. So I feel that. But that is annoying. That's definitely never fun. And then you feel bad because you weren't able to like enjoy your vacation time, which is always terrible. Hopefully you have some... Oh, jack-o'-lantern grove. Ooh. This looks great. Okay, let's put this here, and then we'll just move this maybe to here. There we go. Nice. Oop, let's turn this down. Let's do 22. That's what we've been setting it to. Nice. Our offset is good. What do we have to do? The hat game. I guess we'll just do it. Get it out of the way. Alright, found those 3 pretty quick. Who else has a hat? Which of you hens has a hat? There's one. We're missing one more. Who? Oh, it's always the crowns. I can never see the crowns. I don't know, my eyes must just be too rough. Same as a kid, I kept getting sick, but now it's pretty much like that, and I just like it. It's brutal. Oh, I should have gotten that truck beforehand. I keep forgetting that these trucks show up. They pay like extra for eggs, so it's always a good thing to grab them if you can, but... So you playing Where's Waldo with chickens? Yeah, so like there's... Basically, because the game is for children, they have some kind of safety net mechanics, I would say, so that you can't ever really like run out of money. One of those is this pumpkin game, which is a clicker game, but you can let the chickens just do all the stuff for you, which we have enough at this point that we kind of just let them. I'll click a little bit at the end, but... And it gives us like 1,300, you know? And then the other game is that they put like a couple of hats on the chickens. We're up to 6. I don't know if it goes higher than 6. But they put hats on the chickens, and then you're supposed to find out which chickens have hats and then just click on the chicken that has a hat. But for some reason, I'm like challenged finding the chickens. If the chickens are wearing the crowns, for some reason my eyes just cannot pick those up. So I'm always struggling with that game. We could technically postpone the game indefinitely, but it's like free money, so we might as well. And you get 2 minutes to look for it, but sometimes I feel like I have been close to taking the full 5 minutes, which feels a little bad in a children's game, I won't lie. When you're like, I'm struggling in this children's game. But hey, you know, whatever. It's weird because a lot of the parts of the game are super easy, super chill, which is why we like to play it. Like, usually when we're playing Cheeky Chooks, we get a lot of time to like chat and do chat interactions and stuff. It's like where I tell like a lot of my goofier, longer stories that are hard for me to like actually tell and process my thoughts while we're playing a game that requires me to actually kind of play the whole time. But on the other hand, sometimes it does get a little weird. Like, the weather machine is shockingly punishing. I feel like if I was a child, I would be having a really hard time. I was actually in a friend's chat today, and we were talking about old games that were like difficult for us. And I clearly remembered our original Oregon Trail was super hard for me. I was too young to like understand that you needed salt and stuff to have people survive on a multi-month trek across the US. So I always, like, as a child, I would be like in the Oregon Trail shops stocking up on like bullets. I'd be like, we need a lot of bullets. We're gonna be able to hunt a lot. All this stuff. And then I would not have any salt, and they'd be like, you can't keep any of your meat because you have no salt, and people need salt. Or like, people have scurvy because you didn't bring anything to combat that. And I'd be like, well, I got plenty of times by Oregon Trail, solely because it was like way too hard for my small child brain to conceptualize the amount of just like real life knowledge that you need to play that. And I feel like this weather machine, like keeping an eye on the temperature, making sure that it's topped up and has money in it all the time to like keep it running as a little generator, and then actually like thinking about it enough to manage it is like, if I was a child, we would have lost so many chickens already. Don't worry, you're grown adult you now, true. I have been thinking about, I would love to go back and try and play through some of the old Oregon Trail games. The one that I played the most was Oregon Trail 3, but I would love to go back and play a lot of the older ones as well, and like the Yukon Trail, like ones that I didn't get to play, and see if I could actually do it as an adult with like adult management skills and at least some concept of like what human bodies need to not perish. Because yeah, my people were always struggling. We were not doing great. Let me actually, I'm gonna move this a little bit. Maybe we move all this stuff in a bit. Let me push this little shrub out of the way. There we go. Just so we have some room for... I couldn't tell if the chickens could actually pass behind this object. I'm starting to enjoy some... Ooh, I'm starting to enjoy some games I couldn't when I was a child too, so I understand a bit. Yeah. I feel like there's a lot of games that... It's only like when you're a little bit older are easier to play for whatever reason, whether it's just like difficult to manage things or you know, puzzle games or something that, again, just as a kid, you're like, you know, children are not good at puzzles a lot. And certainly not like really complex ones. And adults are normally at least have a little bit more practice working on that stuff. Where is this last hat? There, it's always the crowns. I told y'all. Every time. But yeah, there's tons of games that I would love to like go back and replay that I only played when I was a child. That were like super hard or I couldn't finish for whatever reason. The only puzzle game I really enjoyed as a kid was Tetris. I feel like Tetris is one of those that it's like complex enough that even as an adult you can find something that you can improve upon, but as a kid it's simplistic enough that you feel like you understand it, so it still feels like manageable. What is this? Okay, we'll do that. Pumpkin Smash. Those are kind of the best kinds of games, I would say. Like something that's easy enough on a base level to understand. Like having a game that you can just jump into and enjoy makes it a lot easier to play yourself or play with friends. But then having enough complexity that it kind of keeps you coming back. That's kind of like the base that all games try to occupy. Many of them don't, but that's kind of the ideal. I was thinking recently, actually, so I used to play this game called Eternal Return a decent amount, but it was really hard for people to get into because it was just very complicated. There was a lot of stuff that as a beginner was like hard to learn, and if you didn't know that stuff, it was called Eternal Return. It was kind of, it's like a battle royale, but with like top-down, almost like League of Legends style spells and mechanics and stuff. So it was fun. It was super fun, and I liked a lot of parts about it, but it was just very complicated. And so if you wanted to play with a friend, it was like really unenjoyable for the friend to like pick up and try and play. But once you like got in the groove, it was really fun. It just took like a long time at the beginning to like get into it, which makes it a tough game to play with other people, unfortunately. Or play yourself. It's like you have to be cool with being really bad for like a while. I feel like back then I was a genius kid to solve puzzles in older Zelda games. Now I feel like it all feels natural. There's no sense of, I found the solution. Yeah. Especially, I mean, if you're going back to older games, they were like kind of simplistic in a weird way. Like they were focusing on other things. I see the picture and video, it feels like I've played it or watched someone play it. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Basically, you like spawn into a zone, you have a build, you have to like build all your own equipment, and then you path through and like pick up items from boxes, build all your stuff, and then you kind of just fight people. There's like objectives to get, stuff like that, upgrade items that you can get or make. But the real issue is like having to memorize like where everything is, how to figure out like your optimal build path. Like it's a big barrier to entry, unfortunately. It's really fun. It's a beautiful game. I like a lot of the like character designs and stuff, but it did make it hard to play. Fully upgrade 3 chook camps. Fully upgrade 4 medium coops. Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna do 4 medium coops. I don't think we need that many. We could maybe do, let's see, I think we unlocked one of the flowers? Is that what we unlocked last time? Pink, purple, am I thinking of something else? Yeah, red flowers. Alright, we could put some of these down. How many do we need? Should probably look at that. 10. Okay, so they only have 1 upgrade. Not bad. Our farm does feel cluttered though. I feel like I'm doing a lot of things to try and do unlocks, and our farm aesthetics are suffering a bit. I'll give myself a bit of a break with the hat challenges. I'm yearning for a game to challenge my wits a bit, give me the same sense of adventure I had as a kid. Too bad they're pretty hard to find, but one I thoroughly enjoyed that gave me the vibe was Crosscode. I've never heard of Crosscode. It's just a puzzle game? Or is it just a game that has like puzzles in it, but that's not the main point of the game? I guess I should say. I feel like I like puzzle games, but it has to be the right kind of puzzle game. I feel like I'm kind of picky like that. That's 3. I think we need 10. Four. It's a Zelda-like with basic but increasingly difficult puzzles that uses the same mechanics but keeps improving on it. That's cool. Have you played Tunic, I think? It also was kind of Zelda-esque as far as the aesthetics go. I think it's a little bit more Souls-like in like combat, I think. Yeah, like I feel like you might like Tunic. I think there were puzzles in Tunic as well. Zelda style, like going into dungeons and having to unlock rooms and stuff. But I do think some of the combat was kind of punishing. Oh god. This really is like almost too many of these potted plants. Yeah, we have 6. We need 4 more. Also, maybe I should check our... Yeah, see? That was almost depleted. It was so close. It was about ready to pop off on us and be like, all of your chickens are about to leave because the temperature has plummeted. And they need to be warmer than that. Let's see, I think we need 3 more of these. It's also a shame that you can't like quick jump down to the item you need. Bit of a effort to get to what you're looking for. Okay, so that set that off. I got that achievement. Oh no, just kidding. We had a different achievement. We need 1 more unlocked. The achievement noise. Making our way. There we go. Got that. See, the thing is, Chook Fort is really cute. But getting the 4 medium coops, I mean, it's pretty expensive, but I guess we could do that. We have, what, 1 medium coop? Probably we'd have to find out a place for it. Maybe we get them and then sell them. So that's 1. Our farm is about to look pretty heinous for a moment. And we need one more, I think. I don't know where we're gonna put it. Maybe in the middle here, I guess. Okay, got that unlocked. Chook camp. Okay, if we sell these, delete, delete, we get kind of a measly amount back for them. Let's see. I love these. I don't know. I don't like them aesthetically, but I love that the chickens love to play on them and just go absolutely ham. They're like hardcore rocking back and forth. I feel like that was always the thing when I was a kid. Like, you would get to a playground, someone would be like ready to, they'd be testing the limits of this spring. Like, hardcore. Definitely going all out. Okay, let's grab some money. We kind of tanked our economy a bit there. We're gonna keep tanking it probably, because we need to fully upgrade 3 chook camps, which I think, I don't know if they would be land items or if they would be fun items. I'm not actually sure where they live. Okay, not a land item. Fun? Maybe not. Okay, we got to change the temp. And sell our eggs to this person for a bunch of money. Alright, let's go back to perusing the long inventory. Okay, chook camp. 10K. It's pretty big. I think we have to sell this. I think we have to get rid of the oasis. I'm sorry, friends. I just don't think we have room. We need the space for some camps. Oops. I had just moved that into like the perfect position and my brain was like, delete it. Hit the delete button. Oh. Oh. Wait. Why can I not click on this? Alright, I guess we can't get ghosts anymore. Oh, the whole thing is kind of lagging. Okay. We might have to try to do this game. And if that doesn't work, then we might have to save and come back in and see if that fixes it. Because as it is, it doesn't look like I can really click on anything. For whatever reason. Game bugging out a bit. We've minorly broken it. So we'll wait until it's the morning. Hopefully it won't spike our temperatures. And then once everyone gets out, we will try... Oh. Yeah, let's try... Let's postpone this for now. Nope. Okay, let's try and do it. Oh, I can't click anything. Okay, the game is actually really bugged out. Okay. You found 0 hats. Save game. Let's go to main menu. See if that fixes it. It would be really sad if we like totally bugged it out. Let's see. Let's see if we can click on things again. Okay, good sign. We could click on Madeline. We can decrease our temp a bit. We can upgrade Whew. These are expensive, so it's 30k each to upgrade these. And we need to do so with 3. So we need 60k. So we probably want a bit of a buffer there. If a truck comes and we can sell our eggs for a premium, that'd be nice. That would certainly help us to get to like the 70k range that we probably need. In the meantime, maybe we sell some of our summer decor. What else should we get rid of? We have a lot of palm trees here that we don't need. What can we move? Maybe this moves over here. There. Maybe we could free up a space here for a chook camp, as they call them. I think we can get rid of the cactuses. We had so many cactuses too. What is this? Let's accept the pumpkin quest because we could use all the cash we can get. And I will pick herbs or weeds while my chickens go to town. I wish you got paid like $50 per weed in real life to pick, because that would make gardening a lot more rewarding feeling. Or the hardest parts of it, I should say. I have to do a lot of weeding and I'm just not looking forward to it at all. I've been saying that for weeks, it's just remained true. The weeds continue to multiply, as they often do. I gotta say, I'm not super upset about changing to a more fall aesthetic. I'm definitely more of a fall-winter person, so all the palm trees and the beach stuff, not really my scene, truthfully. I'm way more of a cool weather person. Okay, good. Our weather machine is working great. Really? Raz is a winter person? Never would have guessed. Yes. I hate the beach. And the summer, actually. I used to have an old coworker who was like a hardcore summer child, and she thought it was so blasphemous that I hated summer. She'd be like, but why? It's so good. And I was like, no. I sweat to death. It's terrible. I'm like barely alive all summer. There we go. Upgrade. Let's see, what day are we on? 14. We're like halfway through, I think. I went and checked the VOD because in theory, there's like a very special like witch hen that you get by, it seems to say in the ledger, that if you extinguish 4 candles, 1 in each corner of your farm, by like during the witching hour, you get the chicken. And I did it, and I went back. I thought, oh, maybe I didn't do it within the time frame, and then I went back and I checked the VOD, and we had done it, but it still didn't give us the chicken. So I was like, okay, clearly something is being done incorrectly and should probably just accept. Just accept that that is the way it is for now. Instead of stressing over trying to do it every night, I was like, listen, we just won't get the special, the witch chicken, it's fine. We will survive. Fully upgrade 3 orange rocket riders. I guess we could do that as well. We'll try for Chook Fort first, though. That's what we will aim for. There we go. We do not have the funds to upgrade it yet. We probably want there to be, I don't know, 30k? Maybe? So in the meantime, we'll just hang out. We'll just vibe. Maybe do some hat quest. Even though I'm hat challenged. I'm very bad at Where's Waldo, clearly. Okay, there were no crowns that time. We were given a reprieve. There were no crowns to bully us. I also thought that there was a chicken you might get if you, like, killed enough pumpkins, basically, like popped enough pumpkins. I don't know if you have to be in fall to get it, but we've been doing work on these pumpkin hunts. I say we. The girls have been doing work. I've kind of been sitting for most of them, not clicking. Just enjoying our time. But the hens have been working hard. I don't know if this is like forced labor. I think they're enjoying it. If you've ever seen a chicken go after a pumpkin, they're pretty aggressive about it. Miss Pickles, hello. What's up? You want a snug? Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh, big stretching. You want to come up? Come here. Come to your spot. No. Did you just realize that Arrow is outside? Think you did. Think that's the truth. She's funny. Sometimes she like one of us will be gone for a while and she'll see us leave, but then she'll have this moment where she's like, wait a second. Did they actually go? And then she like takes a trip around and then is like, oh, they're actually gone. And then she'll come and like tell the other one, whoever is home, she'll be like, Papa's missing. And I'm like, yeah, we watched him leave. Through the door. He does this every Friday, every Tuesday, every Thursday. Like he's got places to be, and she's shocked every time. Sometimes she's napping, but usually she is shocked. It's a new experience every time. Let's just check, make sure we're never too low on food. I was gonna say, I was like, man, really? The camps do not have fires going? Brutal. It was getting really dim. The key to making a fire when you're camping is to not wait until it's dark to do it. Because as it turns out, being able to see is kind of key to starting a fire. Not being able to see is definitely doing it on hard mode. It's like one of my favorite TV shows. It's called Alone. And it's a Canadian show, I believe. And the whole purpose is that they get a bunch of people and they put them out in like the deep wilderness so they can't like run into other people, and they separate each of the people with some sort of natural barrier, so whether it's like a river or a lake or mountains between them, so that they also cannot meet up with each other. And they give them filming equipment, and they're just supposed to live out there for as long as they can. And the goal of the show is to outlast the other people who are on the show. But they won't tell you how many people are left in the show. They'll come do like med checks every, I think it starts at 2 weeks, but they'll do it with increasing frequency the longer folks are out there, just because you're less likely to have like good food supplies pretty late into your time there. But there's always somebody who is having to like try and make a fire in the dark, and they're like, this is the worst. I've made a terrible mistake to be here, to get to this point. It's usually the people lost their fire starters, and then they like go looking for them and they have to friction fire, and that's very hard to do and very challenging. But it's a fun show. It's I don't know. It's the classic reality TV, so you're watching people who are struggling, but normally they pick people who are pretty good. So it's more just a question of like, a lot of people leave to like mental fatigue. Like they get tired of being alone and like being the only person that they can talk to. But yeah, it's a fun show. I highly recommend it if you like that kind of thing. I'll have to go to bed if I want to heal a bit, Raz. It was a pleasure to stay. A bit of a shame I have to go this early. It's no problem. Definitely rest up. I hope you feel better. And enjoy your weekend. I hope it's restful and healing for you. You can always catch the VOD. The VODs always exist. They're always around. Also, thank you for the posture check and the hydrate. I'll grab some water. A nice way to leave, right? Do a like, hey, check in. There we go. Some nice water. Yes, see you soon for sure. Rest up, heal well, and we'll catch you back here another time. But yeah, so Alone, such a good show. I feel like I'm trying to think if anyone has been like super seriously injured on Alone. I feel like they haven't though. There was like one time where a woman really hurt her hand pretty bad, I guess. She hit it with an axe, which she had to like be medevaced, but it wasn't actually as bad as it could have been, I guess. She kind of just like accidentally got herself. It wasn't like, you know, she wasn't like full powering it. She was trying to cut up some tinder. But otherwise, it's normally people leaving the show due to, I guess a couple of people have gotten hypothermia, so they've had to leave. And I guess, like, usually it's people starving to death, I guess. They just don't have enough calories to sustain themselves. So they're like, yeah, it's time for you to go. You cannot stay out here and die. Crazy as that may be, some people, I guess the prize money makes people really go ham. It's a pretty, like, it's normally like $500,000, which is it's like a life-changing amount of money for most people. So some people go really wild, and they try and stay out at like all costs. Also, trying to find where the chook fort was. I thought we got it, but let me see. Unlock hay bale. Do. Let's go down. Unlock chook fort. We will postpone that. We could use some more money. put ourselves kind of into debt. Kind of expected it to be in the for fun section. But maybe it's in land items? I don't think it's in water items. Yeah, that doesn't seem real. Maybe I'm just blind and I keep missing it? Oh, Chook Fort. Here it is. A treehouse. What's the matter, Pick Pick? You want attention? Come here. Come here. You want a snug? She's like, no, I want to play. I want food early. I want food an hour early. That is what I want. Our girl's going absolutely wild. I like the kind of like weird circus music they have going on. It gets like more and more frantic and harried as it goes along. I'm sure if I was a child, I would feel the pressure. I would feel like, oh man, I gotta click every pumpkin. We have to do it. Improved on our score a bit. Not bad. Let me see. Happiness is only 6. We'll do the hat challenge since our farm is kind of impoverished now that we went so hard on the to get the Chook Fort, which we can't even afford. Takes 20k. We do not have 20k to spare. Where is this last one? Where are you? So, this crying face is me right now. Like, I cannot, for the life of me, find this hat. I don't know what happens if you don't find the hat. Actually, I guess we'll find out. Like, let's see. Do any of you have hats? I feel like no. It might be one that's like hiding behind something or stuck in something. I think technically the ones with hats are supposed to move around more so that doesn't happen. But I don't know. I have no idea. To be fair, it's not the first time we've broken the game for the day, so maybe there were only 5 hats, or maybe one is trapped in here or something. Either way. Still do love Mary, the monarch. She's got a good vibe. I appreciate her. I guess maybe we can kill one of these camps. Make a little bit of extra money back. Maybe we'll put Chook Fort here. When we can eventually afford it. Let's see, what day is it? It is the 17th. I still don't remember if it was 30 days or if it's less than 30 days. I would assume it's 30 days per season, but I've been bamboozled before. Like Harvest Moon is what, like it's like 28 days or something. Like, I think it's because they wanted everything to like fit on the calendar evenly, but still kind of wild. Definitely goes against what you would like naturally think would be a length of a season. So it's easy to get kind of bamboozled by that. I also definitely thought that weed was like meant to be there. I was like, oh, that looks nice. No. No, that's meant to be picked. Look at this one. Jane, the grape soda, having a blast. I guess we should, let's maybe hatch another rare egg. What other chooks are we missing? Orange overload. Chicken. You'll need a leaf blower. It says 1 out of 10. I don't know what we have. What do we have 1 of? That's a leaf thing. Oof. Got a tickle in my throat suddenly. My eyes are like watering now. We will do the pumpkin game in the morning. Girls are about to all go to bed. Let's see, what else? What else? It was kind of the only one. You need a leaf blower. Let's see, were there any? Maybe we need 10 of the leaf chickens? That would be pretty wild. Also, I don't see the... Wait, let me like scroll down. I didn't see the... Oh, it was one of the secret ones. Okay. I was like, I don't see the witch chicken. Four candles in corners must be placed. Await witching hour to extinguish cursed flames. Chicken. Like Wiccan. Yeah. I mean, we tried, man. We gave it a good go. Alright, let's turn down this a bit. There you go. We can do 23. That's fine. Oh. Doing a quick stretch. It is much nicer to stream ever since I got a new chair, though. Much more comfortable than before. It was pretty brutal. My old chair was very small and cramped, and it was just like not a good computer chair. It was fine when we first got it, but it kind of degraded quickly, which is kind of a shame. I kind of expected it to last a lot longer than it did, but I mean, we'll still use it. We'll probably use it at the Mahjong table, because we have a an auto table. So we'll probably use it there. Alright, let's do this hat challenge. Let's redeem ourselves. But yeah, definitely not a good chair to spend a lot of time in. Oh my god, it's like all crowns. I swear that one we missed had to have been a crown as well. I'm wondering too if hens are just hiding. I like put more stuff in places where they could hide out, not be seen, or be missed, I should say. So that probably has not aided us on our quest to find all the hats, which we already struggle with. That was like almost 4 or 5 of those hats were crowns, which feels mean. Let's see, it was a land item, I think. The fort. Yeah. Alright, let's put the fort in. I wonder if they'll climb up into it. I hope they do. That'd be the best. Also, how many chickens do we have? We have room for 55. Obviously, not all of them take just one. Let's see, what do we get? You've unlocked the Valentines. I'm Ava. Nice. Welcome in, Ava. Let's do 2 more rare eggs. I don't know that we're gonna get the 10 leaf blowers, or the leaf blower one, which comes from getting 10 of the leaves chickens. I don't know if we're gonna get that, because they're rare, so unlocking them is a bit of a challenge. Kind of expensive. Let's see. Nice, not bad. Not bad. Our happiness rating is high, which is good. Want to keep it that way, ideally. It's kind of nice that the whole point of this game, I guess, is that you want to keep your chickens happy. Like, that's kind of the whole measure of success here. I definitely think that's a positive thing. Instead of just being like, oh, how many eggs do you sell? It's like, no. Are your chickens happy? Are they fulfilled? Are they being taken care of? If no, then you're doing it wrong. Which is kind of how farming should be anyway. Making sure that animals are happy. I don't really get to zoom in on some of these. I like this jack-o'-lantern grove, I think it's called. I like that. Chooks only. We are not allowed in the Chook fort. It is not for us, clearly. And the campsites are cool too. I like the mushrooms by the log. I'd camp here. I'd be down. These we can probably separate out a bit. Maybe even move this over here. I think that's not bad. Let's see. Any other missions we can do, I guess? Or shoot for? Let's see. Have 25 rare chooks. Okay. 10 golden chooks. I don't know about that. Farm level 4 is going to be a minute. We could... I'm not sure if there's one chicken that you like automatically get at the end. We might have already gotten the fall one, honestly. It might have been like the monarch or the corn one or something. Because I don't think we're gonna get orange overload. I think that has to be a certain number of like the orange chickens, the special ones. The leaf blower, the chicken, we need a bunch of the leaves chickens, which we've only got one. I'm excited for winter, the faveroles. I wonder what it looks like because I hope it's a salmon faverole. They've got, in real life, the faverole chickens have like little fluffy cheeks. They kind of look like they have chubby cheeks. They're very cute. And they are a winter laying hen, which is kind of nice because usually chickens, most chicken varieties do not lay in the winter. So kind of nice to have one that pretty much only lays in the winter. We have Susie the periwinkle. Welcome in, Susie. And Bella the blocky. All right. No leaves. Chickens don't lay in a certain season. Some varieties tend to slow down in winter. Just like cold weather is not their preferred laying temp, I guess. Probably because, like, if you think about it, it's probably to like conserve resources at a time when there's less feed. But faveroles do lay in the winter. In fact, they don't lay as often other times of the year, so they're kind of a good like backyard chicken if you don't want to be like swimming in eggs, if you don't want to have to give away eggs all the time. Also, how you doing, Fortuna? Happy Friday. Welcome in. I hope your week went well. We're still just we're doing our best with our farm. It's a little cluttered, I won't lie. I don't think an interior decorator would agree with some of our design choices here. Personally, I don't agree with some of our design choices, but we're doing our best. We're making do. Trying our best to keep everything kind of sane for the girls. Granted, this is gonna look kind of ugly now that I moved these. It's fine. We won't look that hard. To be fair, I think the chickens that we have that are like mass producing eggs probably are bred to lay pretty much all the time. But I also imagine they probably don't live that long. It's probably like detrimental to their health, just like most breeds of animals that we breed, to be very selective. I learned recently that Scottish fold cats are illegal in some places because it's seen as like cruel to them because their folded ears cause like they need pain management always in their life. So some countries or like regions have totally outlawed the breeding of Scottish fold cats, which I thought was interesting and good. We should have more of that. Breeds that like shouldn't really exist because they're bad for the animals. The week was fine. Writing and working on editing. Nice. Nice. Let's see, let's do the hat challenge again. Are you at the end of a writing cycle, so you're just trying to finish something up for publish, pretty much? Or are you just editing kind of as you go along, or editing something else as you're writing something separate? Feel the same way about pugs. Yeah, exactly. Pugs, bulldogs are like that. Honestly, there's a lot of dog breeds that have a lot of like really bad health issues because we've kind of just bred them for aesthetics and not for their well-being. Morgan horses actually have something similar. They have like a genetic issue that causes them to go lame with some pretty aggressive stuff. For the same reason, just basically inbreeding, and like we kind of bred too hard with them for like a particular trait, and it kind of ended up causing a lot of issues, so it's pretty tragic. There's a lot of that. It's more or less for a group who plays D&D. They prefer well-written stories, so I write story 1 A4 per day. That's cool. That sounds really fun. Do you get paid to do it, or do you just do it for fun? That sounds cool, though. And like a nice service as well. I bet those players really appreciate like having that to play. Because it's definitely hard like for DMs to come up with good storylines and like DM well. It's not always in someone's strong suit to like create a world or a narrative and do all the DM stuff. Fun and helps me to come up with story hooks. Nice. That's rad. I'm glad you got something that you really enjoy, like for leisure, that you get to do. And I have a lot of imagination that probably helps. Probably helps. I feel like I know a lot of people who like didn't do any kind of creative writing for like many years and are like starting to come back to it as adults. And it's been really positive for them as a thing that they get to kind of do and share with other people. It's a good exercise too. Keeps your mind sharp. Gives you like a good exercise of, I don't know, using that creativity. I feel like everyone should have at least some creative output in their life. There's tons of different mediums, of course, but good to exercise some of that, at least occasionally. We squandered a lot of our money in order to get the tree house, the chick fort, or the chook fort, I should say. So we're in a rebuilding phase. We had like 80k, we're now down to 12, so slowly making our way back up. Let me look, I guess I should look ahead at what the winter events are. Oh, huh. I guess they don't show us the winter ones. Interesting. Currently, I lack the skill to describe things differently since English is still my second language. I mean, that's fair. Knowing a second language well enough, like fluently enough to speak to people, let alone write creatively, is very impressive. And saying you find, you notice constantly feels dull. Thesaurus is probably your friend, though I guess in English there's a lot of like weird nuance stuff. I mean, I'm sure that's the case in a lot of languages. It's just English borrowed so many words from different languages as well. We have a lot of like, we have a pretty expansive, weird vocabulary. So sometimes it's hard to like, even if you're looking at a thesaurus and looking for all the synonyms, it's like some things are just not quite right. Even though they're technically synonyms, they're like not the same vibe. Yeah, also colloquialisms, I'm sure, are like hard. They're hard in any language to figure out. because they don't like make sense, really. They're not like logical. I always felt when I was speaking other languages, like the hardest bit was sounding intelligent in other languages. It's like you spend a lot of time as a language learner, like feeling dumb because you feel like you can't express yourself appropriately or like the way that you would be thinking in your native language, and the complexity of those ideas that you can share. It's just kind of diminished. Since I can't directly translate wordings from Finnish to English, we have the saying, the bad always gets his payment. Isn't there one in English that's like the devil always gets his due? Similar sounding. I don't know if that's a real one, but I feel like it sounds similar. Ursa, welcome back, welcome back. Yes, that one. Yeah, like colloquialisms, they just don't translate very well. Like, I noticed like in Japanese, so when I was learning Japanese, there was a lot of words that they would have one word that in English it would take like a whole sentence to describe, or like we didn't have a word for that. Like wagamama. A lot of times people translate wagamama as like selfish, but it's a little bit more like all-encompassing than that. It's like selfish in like kind of a like spoiled way. Not like I think selfish often has a like kind of, I don't know, malicious connotation. And wagamama isn't always like that. So there's a lot of those things that are tough. How's everything going? It's going. We depleted our money because we were trying to unlock the Chook Fort, this little tree house, but we finally did that, which is nice. But now we're in a rebuilding phase. So we're on the 21st of autumn, so we're kind of just hanging out. I don't think we're gonna go for any of the other achievements from this season. So we're just gonna like vibe, let the girls hang out, keep them well fed, well hydrated, and then hopefully restock our money enough so that we can hit the winter achievements hard and unlock a lot of the winter chooks. Yeah, itadakimasu or gochusou-sama deshita. Like, it's not quite, it doesn't have a great instant translation. It's like, it's ritualized the language, so. Or like, I don't know. There's a lot of those. If you say like itekimasu, itterashai, stuff like that, like things that are don't, it's kind of like I'm heading off, and you would say like be safe, but it's not quite the same. It's not quite the same meaning. There's some nuance there that isn't easily translated. So that's definitely the challenge in working between foreign languages, is like sometimes there's just not a good way to translate or convey an idea. It just isn't quite the same. ラッシェンもっと可愛いです。いやいやいや、あんまり可愛いじゃないです。いえいえ。It's been a long time since I've spoken Japanese, actually. A really long time. どんどん弱くなった。I've become slowly weak in Japanese. My Japanese has degraded. The honorifics scare me the most. Yeah. Yeah. It's Keigo is difficult, for sure. Keigo is hard to get your head around. It's also in practice, I found sometimes it was hard to gauge. Like in group, out group can get really complicated in Japanese. Like because your in group and your out group can like swap based on the context. Like in one instance, your in group is only the people in your department, and then another time it can be like everyone in your company, and it's just like you have to use the right stuff or people are like scrutinizing you. My coworkers, when I was an intern in Japan, I worked in Kyoto. they were very chill with me. I was a student, like they knew that I was a child, and like my Keigo was not great, so I didn't really use much Keigo. I used a lot of extended predicate stuff to kind of still be very polite, but like if I was realistic, I would call you Raz-san, since Raz in Japanese might feel too friendly. Yes. So actually something that I found kind of difficult, so I first interned in Kyoto because of the way that the Japanese semesters worked. They didn't match up with American semesters. So their semesters would start in like end of March, early April, and then run through July. And normally in the US, we start in like the end of January, February, run through like May. And then we would do internships in the summer, but I kind of had to flip-flop them. So I did my internship in like January through March, and then I went to Tokyo and I was studying abroad there. And when I was at university, I actually found it, I don't want to say stifling, but it was hard to, you would have this moment where you got to know someone and like you thought that you were close, but you weren't sure if you were close enough to use dictionary form, to use like casual form with them. And then if you use casual form and you're not close enough, it's kind of rude. So you would have to have these like what to me were kind of awkward conversations where you would literally have to be like look someone dead in the eye and be like, "Are we friends?" And then they would be like, "Yeah." And you'd be like, "Cool. Okay, then we can use casual form." But you had to like explicitly ask people like, "Are we friends? Can I use casual form with you?" And like I felt bad too. I remember, so I was in the gaming club, and we had at the university that I went to, we had club rooms, just like you see in anime, like a separate room that the club gets, and they keep all their club supplies in there, but people also hang out there like during breaks, or people would eat lunch there, stuff like that. So I remember I went during lunch one time because I forget why. I don't know if we were just hanging out or like someone was playing a game and we were all going to be watching. We might have been watching like one of the kids play The Last of Us, like something like that. And I remember being in the club room, and at the time that I was studying abroad, I was a third year in the US. And I was in the club room, and we had just finished whatever we were doing. We were packing up. I was getting ready to like go stop off to a class, and one of the club first years, he was like this, he was tiny, he was super short, and he had like big glasses, and he was super cute and a total sweetheart. And at one point he was like curious, and he asked me, we had been using like casual form with each other, or like just moss form, basically, like no Keigo or anything, like pretty chill, not true casual form because we weren't that close, but enough. And he was like, "Oh," he asked me like, "Raz, like, what year are you?" Um, and I was like, "Oh, I'm a third year." And I watched the blood just drain out of his face because he was like so worried that he had offended me, because he had been using like what would be considered like pretty casual Japanese to use with a senpai. And I was like, "Bro, I'm not your senpai. This is my first year at this university too. We're just hanging. We're in the gaming club together. Like, we are not that intense. It's fine." But he got really nervous. He was like, he like apologized and was like, "Oh my goodness, I had no idea." Like, he started trying to use like almost Keigo, and I was like, "No, stop." I was like, "First of all, I won't be able to understand you if you use Keigo." I was like, "My Keigo is bad." Two, it's cool. We're all good. We're all equals here. It's fine. It's not a big deal. But I just thought that was so funny. He was like shocked. I had never seen someone get so like pale so quickly, and over something like not an emergency, you know, like not something I would consider a big deal at all. But I think he was very worried that he had offended me, and I was like, "No, dude, I won't ever be offended. You could use casual form with me, and I would never be offended because I found casual form much easier to speak in." So would probably appreciate it more. But yeah, there were, I don't know, I had all sorts of goofy shenanigans with the gaming club, actually. Such a wild time. I don't know how they do it at other universities, but at my university, they had it was almost like rush, like what you would associate in the US with like sororities or fraternities. Because at the beginning of the semester, all the clubs would be like lined up down the main strip. Also, thank you, Laddie, for the hydrate and the posture check. I will sit up and also take a sip. Everyone else should check their posture and grab something to drink as well. Also, Ursa, I just realized that your name is like very off-center in my OBS thing. I'm gonna have to change that now. Let me schmoove that. The long names always get weirdly off-center. One day I'll figure out OBS, but it is not this day. I'm doing well, how are you? Happy Friday. I hope that your week went well. So, so basically at my Japanese university, all the clubs would be out like hardcore recruiting at the beginning of the semester. It was a big thing. And what they would normally do is you would go up and you would like talk to a club representative, and usually all the clubs, regardless of what kind of club it was, would have a nomikai, which is like a drinking party. So they would bring everyone out and they would bring you to like either a bar or a restaurant or something. And the whole point was that you like come in as a first year and you socialize with all the upper years and you get to know them and you kind of decide if like you want to hang out with these people, because clubs were like a big thing. Like people, it was like a lot of people's social circles for the year. And so for me, it was like it was super fun to be able to like go to these drinking parties and like hang out with people and like meet people. Like that stuff was super fun. But I clearly remember the gaming club one, no one was drinking. Like literally no one. Like we were at this super nice bar, and they were serving like all these incredible cocktails and they had like tons of sake and stuff, and no one was drinking at all. And it was just me and the previous president who had graduated like that year. He was just there to like, I don't know, like say hi or something. And it was just like an absolutely wild time. I'd be pretty honored to have the chance to use a more casual honorific with you. Could I have the opportunity? Thank you very much. Ursa, you may use casual form with me anytime. All good. My week went well. Won my round in Yugi tournament. Got affiliate a few days ago, and now I got my boyfriend snoring next to me. Yay! Those all sound like wonderful things. I'm glad you had a great week, laddie. That's the best. But yeah, so I was at this nomikai, and I was, first of all, I only knew one other person there. It was this British dude that I had met like in one of my classes, I think, like my religion seminar or something like that. And we had gone to this thing together, and we get into this Nomi Hodai, and it's kind of the way that they run them is that it would be like 2.5 hours or something like that, and it would be all you could drink. So you weren't paying for individual drinks, you paid for your entry pretty much, and then it's all you can drink. And I heard Agni Kai. No, a bit different. Nomi Kai. And then I sat next to this British dude, and he orders, we're like going around this big circle, a huge group of people, and they're all ordering drinks. None of them are ordering alcohol. And this British dude leans over to me and he's like, "Psst, Raz." And I was like, "What?" And he was like, "I've never drank before." And I was like, this is not the place to try alcohol for the first time, is at an all-you-can-drink bar. That's a terrible idea. So I was like trying to nicely counsel him away from that because I just didn't feel like it was safe. He's in a foreign country, like not the time really to drink alone, right? Let me check chat quick. Laddie, I should try to sleep. Good night. Yes, just wanted to pop in. I'm so glad you joined us. Yes, definitely rest well. I'm glad you had such a good week. We will catch up another time. Here, university life is more like, oh, you're in the same study, you got WhatsApp, we send you a message, let's go to the biggest club to socialize, and then you pick who you want to hang out with. Yeah, same. The US universities is very similar. Like, you might meet people via your classes, or you might meet people who like live in your dorm or something, but like I wouldn't say clubs were necessarily like the main social group, but in Tokyo. That seemed to be the case. Also, Sari, hello! How was your week? Happy Friday! The only people I made friends with was at band. Yeah, I feel like common interests are like a good way to make friends. So like clubs can definitely be good for that. I was explaining that when I was studying abroad in Tokyo, clubs were like a big deal. It was like very much like the people who you were gonna hang out with, like a lot. So club recruiting season was kind of like rush in the US. It was like all the clubs vying for your attention, and then you went to all these all you can drink like nomikai parties, and you would try and just like blitz figure out if you liked the people. And if you hated the people, then you like didn't want to be in the club, even if it was like something you were interested in. It was kind of weird to me. Because in the US, like you could be in a club and you didn't have to be friends with everyone. You were just like doing a shared interest thing. So it was kind of its own jam. Oh my goodness. Errol has brought my other daughter udon. She's gonna go have a shower. Oh no, Pickles is upset. Do not put them together. Okay. Hello, Udon. You're grumpy. You had a bad shed. You're gonna go take a shower? That sounds great. Pickles. Leave Udon alone. Why don't you just sit there? Our two daughters rarely meet because one is a snake and one is a cat, and they shouldn't be together. But Udon came to say hi, and Pickles was like, oh my god, she's out. She's out of her cage. My week was alright. Glad it's Friday. Seems like they would have lots of club outings for bonding time. Yeah, clubs, they like expected you to spend a lot of time in the clubs. Which I didn't feel like at my normal university. Clubs would meet like once or twice a week or something, but it wasn't normally like every day. Maybe if you were in a sports club or something, it was more, but generally it wasn't that much time if you didn't want to do it or you didn't want to hang out with the people. So anyway, I'm at this nomikai. This British man has just told me that he's never had a drop of alcohol before. We are in the back streets of Shinjuku, which I'm not familiar with. I lived off of Shibuya, so as far as like a major station went, I was not very familiar with Shinjuku. And I was like, what are we gonna do? This man is about to have like maybe a terrible time. So he tells me he really wants to drink. He really wants to try alcohol. And I was like, okay, let's try like a mixed drink. Because at these the nomikais, when you order mixed drinks at a nomi hodai place, because it's all you can drink, they do not put much alcohol at all into the drinks. Because it doesn't make them a profit if they like give you a strong pour. You're gonna be drinking a lot. They're gonna pour very light. So mixed drinks have very little alcohol in them. So I was like, let's get you a mixed drink. I was like, do you like citrus? We could do like a fuzzy navel. We could do like something, or like, you know, like a peach Bellini or something. I don't know. We can figure out something. Like it's gonna be, we can find something that like isn't too overpowering, isn't gonna have a lot of alcohol. You will survive the train ride home. I didn't even know where this kid lived, to be fair. Like if he got trashed, I would not be able to help him home. Like I didn't know where he lived in Tokyo. He had not told me. Yeah, don't order a Long Island iced tea. Luckily, that was not on the menu. But I was like, let's get you something that they're going to put very little alcohol in, and they're going to be amped because you're ordering something that's like cheap for them to make as a business, and you are not going to get blasted. So he goes against my advice. I guess as you do as a college student, you don't listen to anyone. And he ordered hot sake, which, if you've ever had hot sake, if you don't like the taste of alcohol, it is a very aggressive, like it's in your face. Normally, iced drinks are less alcohol taste, and warm drinks are the absolute opposite. So he ordered a hot sake, and they brought this hot sake. He took like, I don't even know. He must have had like a couple sips, like not a whole bunch. He clearly wasn't enjoying it. But then he also leaned over to me, and he was already like, within like 10 minutes, he was like beet red. So it turns out that he's allergic to alcohol. Some people are just allergic to certain kinds of alcohol. Some people are allergic to every kind of alcohol. I don't know if he was just allergic to sake. Like, I'm kind of allergic to red wine. I get the same thing, like I get very flushed if I drink red wine. I don't know. But either way, he was like beet red and having a terrible time. And I was like, let's get you a non-alcoholic drink and let's stop drinking this hot sake. And then I think it was like the previous club president, this like dude, was like, can't let that sake go to waste. And at the time, I was like also making bad decisions. But I could drink a lot at the time. When I was in college, I drank a lot, which was not healthy, and I don't suggest it, but I was doing it. So I had a high tolerance. So I was like, I got this. That's fine. So I just drank the hot sake. And it was very medium tier hot sake. So he kind of had a right to not be in love with it. Like, it wasn't great. Which, to be fair, if you're serving it at an all-you-can-drink place, they're not going to serve you, like, the top shelf stuff, which is fair. But yeah, he was, like, blasted off of that. He was having a really rough time. He got home, as far as I knew. Like, I saw him, like, 2 days later. He didn't die. He was fine. But definitely not the place. And I felt bad because the club president was, like, the only person drinking. And, like, he really wanted to, like, drink with people. And no one was drinking with him, so I was like, I'll drink with him, whatever, that's fine. So he and I were ordering, like, tons of different, I don't know, he was like, do you want to try a whiskey highball? And I was like, I don't really like whiskey, but, like, if you really want to show me what this drink is, that's fine. So we were, like, drinking whiskey highballs and, like, all sorts of weird stuff. And then, months later, I was at a gaming club event, and the thing was, the thing I loved about gaming club, the reason I joined the gaming club was like 80% women, and it was great. It was so rad. There was tons of like super cute Japanese girls, and they were super friendly, and they were the nicest people, and they loved games, and they were so fun to talk to. So I was like, yes, I will join this club. This sounds great. And months later, we were at like, I think a Resident Evil cafe. I haven't even like played Resident Evil, but everyone was amped. They were all having a good time. And we're sitting down to lunch. And yeah, it was definitely the cute club on campus, I'm not gonna lie. Gaming club had some really cute girls. Honestly, the boys were cute too. Everyone was cute. Everyone loved games. Like, what's not to love about them? And we're at this Resident Evil cafe. We've like gotten our food. We're sitting down. We've like ordered drinks and stuff. The drinks come. And one of the girls like leans over. She's like sitting like diagonal from me, and she was like, Raz, you know, we thought you were so cool at the gaming club party, like the nomikai, because you were drinking and like you were having a blast. And I was like, girls, you should have been drinking with me. Like, I was the only one drinking. I felt so awkward, and that British man like almost died. Like, I could have used a cute girl drinking with me. And they were like, but Raz, like, you were so cool. And then they were like, wait, but we're underage. And I was like, listen, I'm not here to like break laws, but like, I could have ordered drinks and then just shuffled them. Like, no one was carding in that place. And I was like, you're like 19, the drinking age is 20. Like, come on, we could have been fine. You could have, there were definitely foreigners drinking underage. So like, who cares? And they were just so goofy that they were like, you were so cool because you were drinking. And I was like, you all could have been drinking. You're drinking right now. Like, it's, we could have been doing this together. We could have been having a blast. So it was just so goofy. I was like, man, I could have had a much better nomikai experience than the one that I had. If I had known and befriended at least one of the girls before the event, probably would have been more fun. Sihu! Oh my goodness! Welcome, raiders! Welcome, welcome, welcome! Let me do a quick raid message. Hello! Hello, hello, hello! How are you doing? What were you guys playing? You were playing House Flipper. Oh, that's right! I saw you guys. I saw the tweet from you, Sihu. How was it? Did you have fun? Did you have a good stream? It looks like, I think you were playing it for a while, right? I feel like I saw the tweet go out like a while ago. I've been well. I'm doing really well. We're playing our favorite very chill chicken farming game called Cheeky Chooks. My avatar wasn't working, but other than that, it was a good stream. No! Honestly, I've been fighting OBS for like 3 days, so I feel you. Sometimes it's just not the way. Sometimes technology just doesn't want to work with you. It's a very cute game. So it's called Cheeky Chooks. It's supposed to be an educational game for children about keeping backyard chickens. So it's very relaxed, it's very laid back. We have lots of cute chickens. They all have names. And we set up cute areas for them to hang out in, and they kind of just vibe. And we just have to keep them fed and watered, and sell our eggs to make money. So it's great. Oh my god, that's hilarious. And no sprinting redeem. Feel free to use that in the future. I should have turned it off for this stream because we're top down. There's no way to sprint, but it definitely is going to be rough in Harvest Moon. Because sprinting in Harvest Moon SNES is like the bread and butter. So feel free to use it at your leisure at a time when it like makes sense, of course. But yeah. Welcome in, Raiders. My name is Rosaldia. My friends call me Raz. I am a comfy cozy marionette streamer. We play Mahjong on Tuesdays, and then Thursdays and Fridays we play random cozy games. I'm a big fan of Harvest Moon, but we do all sorts of games here. Also, Licked the Bun, welcome. Welcome to the college. Thanks for the follow. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And Scary Pastry as well. Thank you so much for the follow. And yes, Mahjong Soul. Yep, that's what I'm playing in. I love to play Mahjong in real life, but obviously it's not great to stream that, or not easy, I should say. You can stream anything technically, but we mainly play in Mahjong Soul. Let's see. We had a freak rainstorm, so we got to get our chickens happy again. Mahjong Soul is good fun. It's very fun. I have a great fondness for Mahjong Soul and all of the goofy emotes and stuff. It's definitely an interesting experience playing in there sometimes with some of the characters who can be emoting at you. Also, Green Tea, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the cottage. It's all fun except for Jade Rooms. It's dumb city. I'm not that high. I'm not a great Mahjong player, so I'm deep in Adept 3, trying to claw my way out of Adept Hell, but we're slowly making our way to the Gold Rooms. I really need some food. Yes, of course, Sihu. Yes, of course. Definitely get some food. Thank you so much for sharing your community with us. I'm so glad that you thought of us to bring them by on your way up. But yes, definitely get food, rest up. Appreciate you stopping by. And I hope you have a great rest of your evening in case you can't come back. Also, is it okay if I use the no run redeem myself, as in I have it on my own channel? Yeah, of course. I want to check. No, I don't care about copying at all. Any redeems, anything you see on this channel, you are more than welcome to copy. There's nothing here that I mind anything like that. So feel free. I thought of it the other day. I was like, you know what would be annoying? A no run moment. So added that in. The Adept climb is incredibly rough. I don't know why Adept is so strange, but it is truly a black hole. Like, half the games, we get in, everyone is like playing with closed hands, we're doing our own thing, it's fine. And then sometimes you get in and it's like we are all rushing for Toy Toy, and it's just a race to see who gets there first. And it's kind of a nightmare space. But we'll get out. We're at like Adept 3, 800 points. We were within 30 points of getting out the last time we were doing a ranked stream. We've taken a couple weeks off to do the Kaguya collab because I really enjoyed the Dreamland Odyssey. I actually thought that was super fun to play. But the last time we were in ranked, we were 30 points from leaving, and then we kind of got bopped. I inted 2 games really hard, so we're down to like mid 800, so. But yeah, Adept is a place. It is a place to play Mahjong for sure. ranked in Riichi Mahjong on Mahjong Soul. Yeah. So we do that on Tuesdays. Tuesdays is normally my Mahjong day. So we come in, and I'm normally playing ranked, though sometimes we play other modes, and we'll do friendlies occasionally as well, because those are always fun. But it's normally just me grinding, we're chatting about Mahjong, hanging out. There is a ranked Mahjong. There's several ranked Mahjong games, actually. Mahjong Soul is the most, like, anime. It has a gacha. It's kind of the most aesthetically pleasing one. But I've also heard, like, Riichi City exists, and then Tenho is the, like, maybe more hardcore one. Really good players play on Tenho a lot. I'll have to come by next time I see you doing Mahjong, because I know very little about it. Yeah, I try and do Mahjong as educationally as possible. Also, I'm planning we had a beginner VTubers Mahjong collab where I taught 3 brand new beginners how to play Mahjong at a friendly table. We had that like 2 weeks ago. I'm probably going to be doing another one of those in June, I think. We've had a bunch of people who are interested, so those are actually really good to come to if you want to learn how to play Mahjong, because I explain from the ground up and we keep it really simple. We only teach people a couple of different like hand styles pretty much, so it's a little bit more manageable than just trying to jump in, but I do try and explain like what I'm thinking of. I also have this I have this as well as a little like explanation if my Nightbot ever kicks in. To kind of give a brief explanation of what Mahjong is and like the basics of it. Because sometimes on Tuesdays we get folks who've never seen Mahjong before, and it can be a lot for them to take in. I do not play Sudoku, or I haven't played in a long time, I should say. I'm not a prolific Sudoku player, I would say. So I played it occasionally, like on airplanes or something. If I'm trapped somewhere and I need a puzzle game or something to do, I would play Sudoku, but yeah. If I get some sort of sketch thing for my VTuber done, then I'll totally hop in on that. Yeah, I'm probably gonna do the beginner Mahjong collabs for VTubers like every couple months, maybe once a quarter. Because we actually had a decent amount of interest, and Mahjong is a great social game. So it's actually a great one for VTubers. It's easy to collab with other people and like have a good time doing it. So I definitely want to do more of that, because I didn't expect to get as much interest as we did, but we had more than enough people to fill a table, and I felt bad because we had to turn some people away. So I definitely want to make sure that everyone who wants to learn how to play Mahjong like gets a chance, for sure. If I don't have the sketch thing, I'll have to use a fan art I've gotten. Yeah, that works. Sudoku is one of those games that just stays on your phone. I feel like it's a good one. I feel like I know a lot of people who love doing Sudoku. They like do those puzzles all the time. The same way I have some friends who always play the like New York Times crossword. They're like big into those. That's their whole thing. So if they want to like do a puzzle game-ish thing, they just go do the crosswords. But yeah, so we're just vibing. Cheeky Chooks is a not too difficult game. We're just trying to keep chickens happy. So it's a lot of us just maintaining the correct temperature and making sure everyone's fed and watered. We're in a bit of a lull because we're kind of at the tail end of the autumn season. Once we're in winter, we'll probably be working on some new achievements and trying to get some of the winter-only chickens. But until then, we're just hanging out with our weird flock that we've accumulated. In Cheeky Chooks, there are some chickens that are real chicken breeds, and then there's some that are not real, like the Monarch, which is based off a monarch butterfly. But we also have, like, the Buff Orpington, which is a real breed. I don't know enough about popular media to do one of those newspaper puzzles, unfortunately. Yeah, that is true. You do have to kind of know your cultural touchstones pretty well in order to do some of those, which is tough. Kind of have to be in the know. The friends that that do it are they like watch a lot of the big shows and you know they know all that stuff. It's definitely not really me. I actually don't watch a lot of shows or like media in general. But yeah, so welcome in. Hope everyone's week went well. Happy Friday. We're enjoying the fact that the work week is over. We get to relax or hopefully do something fun over the next couple days. I'm going to have lunch with my parents on Sunday, so that should be nice. And otherwise, I think I'm planning on doing some gardening. My garden needs a lot of attention, so that's my weekend plans. That's what I'm going to be up to. In this game, they give us $50 for every weed pulled, and I do wish that that was the case in real life because I would have a lot of money because I have a lot of weeds in my garden. But unfortunately, that is not the case outside of this very simplistic children's game. What kind of plants do you have? I have a few myself. So we grow a big garden of vegetables every year. So we're doing a bunch of heirloom tomatoes, peppers. We grow a really big like squash and pumpkin patch. I also have strawberries this year, which I've never done before. We don't do a lot of normal leafy greens. We do a leafy green called a chijimisai. It's kind of it's a Japanese like hybrid that's kind of like a mustard green, I guess. And I'm also trying to do more root vegetables like parsnips and carrots and onions. And then we have some like landscaping plants. I have some roses out front in a garden and some hydrangeas. And we actually used to grow a lot of carnivorous plants inside. My husband and I had a large collection of tropical pitcher plants and sundews and butterworts, and we've kind of downsized the collection a good bit, but we still have some hybrids and stuff. And we grew a couple of different varieties of orchids as well. So we'd like to have a greenhouse one day. You know, it's going to be a while before we have like the funds and the time to build one, but it'd be really nice to build a big greenhouse so we could grow a lot of the things that just can't grow in our climate because we're pretty far north. So we have a really short growing season and it's not really hospitable to tropical anything, honestly. But what kind of plants do you grow? Green tea doodles. And yeah, it's a fun. Gardening is very therapeutic for me. I really like doing it. And I feel like gardens are really rewarding. They're nice to be able to grow all sorts of different things and like cultivate things. A lot of our growing we do for food. Not because we necessarily need to, but because we like having control over growing a lot of our own food, and we give a lot of it away to like friends and family too. Like our pumpkins, we always have so many. We end up like every year, we just tell people if you need jack-o'-lanterns, just come to our house and you can take pumpkins. Or we have a lot of friends who have like, they feed their pumpkin to their dogs or something, so we just give that to them. All I've got right now are cucumbers, tomatoes, sunflowers, snapdragons, wildflowers, an apple tree seedling, and a small bonsai. I'd love to have a greenhouse one day as well, so until then my windowsill will have to suffice. That's really impressive. You're growing all of that in a windowsill? Because that's pretty crazy. I love, what kind of bonsai do you have too? I used to have an azalea bonsai when I was a kid. I think bonsai, they're so incredible. The house that we bought actually came with we didn't know it at the time, but it came with a kind of defunct orchard. We have a bunch of apple and pear trees that do fruit, but they need a lot of pruning. They're in really bad shape, actually. So part of our project has been slowly revitalizing the orchard and kind of one season at a time, kind of focusing on one tree and trying to bring them back. And we also planted a peach tree last year, and it seems to have survived the winter, which is good, because I wasn't sure if it would. So one day we might have peaches as well. I was telling the cottagers recently, I actually have a huge rhubarb patch, and I don't know what to do with it. I don't really love rhubarb by itself in a dessert. And I've made a rhubarb relish once and it was like fine, but I feel like I need good rhubarb recipes because I'm not super used to eating it. And it's kind of really tart, so you want to like mix it with something sweet if you can, if you want to do a sweet thing. Takes up most of it right now. Honestly, don't remember which kind of bonsai, but as it grows up more, I'll probably find out. Yeah, it'll be more distinctive as it gets larger, for sure. Yeah, the one thing I love peaches. The one problem I have is I have this weird pollen allergy called oral allergy syndrome, which means basically I have a really bad pollen allergy and it manifests as a food allergy. So if I eat raw fruit from the pollen family that I'm allergic to, I can have an allergic reaction to it. And peach is like really bad with that. For some reason, I think it's because peaches are so fuzzy on the outside, they like trap pollen on the outside of them. Like, not even from their own tree, but like from other trees and stuff. And it gets me every time. My mouth always gets itchy. So I have to eat like cooked peaches. Does that mean you can't eat sunflowers either? So roses are fine. I do have them in tea, and I have had like rose things. Basically, if it's cooked, it's fine. It's just if I was trying to eat anything raw, it's a no-go. And apples are actually one of the few things that I can't eat, which is tragic. Because I love caramel apples, and I also love eating apples raw, but unfortunately the skin does bother me. So I have to eat like apple pie, which not a bad thing, I suppose. Just a concession that it has to be cooked first. I cannot imagine how frustrating it can be to have a pollen allergy. Pollen allergies are rough. They're you know, light a candle for your friends that have pollen allergies because we are inundated every spring. Our eyes get big puffy and we're struggling. We're like always like feeling sick. Yeah, my allergies to the birch family of pollen, and apples are like part of that, I guess. So it was really tragic. Apples are like one of my favorite things. So I mean, sometimes I still eat them, but it's one of those things that kind of have to have like Benadryl on hand, or technically, if I was being really safe, I should have an EpiPen. I can go anaphylaxis, so kind of playing with fire to eat to eat something raw that I'm not supposed to, but it does happen. Oral pollen allergy is new to me. That's gotta suck a good bit, but I'd assume you've learned to live with it. Yeah, I had it like towards the end of high school, I guess. So it's been like well over a decade with me having it. So I'm used to like what I have to avoid and like how things have to be cooked. And it doesn't come up that often since it's normally fruits, and a lot of like fruit things are desserts that are cooked anyway. It doesn't come up too often, but I do miss caramel apples in the fall. I feel that keenly. For sure. All right, I have to feed Pickles. She is here like yelling at me. So I'm gonna put you guys on a super quick be right back screen. I'll probably be back in like 5 minutes. I'm gonna reheat some tea as well while I'm there. Let me do a quick save so that we don't lose any of our progress for our girls. Let's go to the main menu. So I'm gonna put you guys on quick be right back screen. I'll be back in like 5 minutes or so. Feel free to get up, get a snack, have a stretch, all that good stuff, and then we'll come back and play more Cheeky Chooks. Alright, I'm back. Let me swap over. Okay, should be good. Reheated my tea. Pickles has been fed. Thank you for your patience. Ursa, if you're still here, thanks so much for stopping by. Hope you have a good night and rest well. Alright, we will get back into our game. Also, let me quickly... I feel like I'm a little too tall. I feel like I adjusted strangely when I sat back. Okay. Yeah, I'm back. All is well. Yeah, thanks for your patience. I have my cat, Miss Pickles, has a medical condition. She's a heart condition, so she needs her pills to be given kind of on time. So we always just do a quick break to get her fed, and then we come back. But yeah, so our chooks doing well. My husband just actually tilled part of the garden. I was shocked. He came down with Udon, who's our snake. He was giving her a bath. And then he was like, look outside, I just tilled a huge chunk of the garden. And I was like, oh, that is a very pleasant surprise, because I thought I was going to have to weed it by hand, honestly. So, might get to put the peppers out. It's getting kind of unseasonably hot here. So that has not been super great. But it'll be great for the peppers. They will appreciate that. You have a snake. Those things are adorable. What kind? She is a ball python. So she's a little bean. She is technically a purple passion morph, so she doesn't look like they look like in the wild, technically. But she's not super friendly, but we're trying to socialize her a bit better. She spent her first, like, I think at least year in a drawer at a breeder, so she wasn't handled very much. So she's actually really good. She likes hanging out with my husband a good bit. She likes climbing. She loves exploring. So we have a little like tree in her enclosure that she gets to climb on, which she likes to do. But she's not a huge fan of like just like getting held and statically chilling. What's the most exotic animal you've had? I don't know if it's exotic anymore. I had pet hermit crabs when I was a kid. So that was kind of weird, I guess. I'm trying to think if I've had anything like really outlandish. But I feel like I've mostly had pretty run-of-the-mill pets as a kid. Say what she is one more time. So she's a ball python. That's the type of snake. A ball python, like a little, because she will wrap herself into a little ball. And her morph, if you want to look up what color she is, she's a purple passion. So she's kind of like a dusky lavendery color, like lavender gray, I guess. So she doesn't look like they would look in the wild. That's all. But she's pretty much the same otherwise. But yeah, I feel like a hermit crab or the snake is probably the most like quote unquote exotic, but even then I find like snakes are pretty like a little bit more run of the mill. Have you had any exotic pets? Or animals that you've taken care of? I grew up with a lot more like livestock, I guess. Like I grew up around horses. And I always had neighbors that had like geese or chickens or guinea hens. So I was like more around a lot of them. I didn't feel like I knew anyone that had anything like really wild as a pet when I was a kid. Or even as an adult. I was trying to think. I don't actually feel like I have that many friends that have pets that aren't just like cats. Or like a dog or two. Like my sister has a dog, but pretty much. Like my sister has a dog, my brother has a cat. We're pretty normal. We don't have anything super wild. Aside from Udon. That's our snake. But yeah, she's cute. They live for a pretty long time. They're pretty easy. Honestly, snakes are pretty chill pets. They kind of just do their own thing most of the time, and you can handle them if you want, but they're happy just like having their own enrichment as well. So, they're not a bad one to get if you want something that you could interact with once in a while. I guess I had a friend who had some weird turtles. That's a little bit more exotic, I suppose. Though they seemed much harder to care for than a snake. I feel like anything that needs a tank with running water is always a lot of work. Because you gotta make sure that, like, all of the tank, you know, all the water, like, pH and stuff is good. That's always a lot. I've had a lot of different pets. Turtles, praying mantis, bark scorpions, a squirrel, a few mice, a lot of stuff except cats and dogs. I want to get a tarantula eventually. Ooh, tarantulas have the cutest feet. I don't know what it is about them, but their little like tiny hoof feet are so cute. And I know they're not like actually fluffy, but they look so fluffy. They probably don't want you to pet them at all, but they're so tempting. It's that like call of the void where you're like, I want to pet it, but it probably doesn't want to be pet. My dream pet is a beagle puppy. Oh, I wouldn't mind a tortoise. I can't deal with aquatic animals anymore. Yeah. They seem like a lot of work. A whole lot of work. I had a coworker who used to have like guppies, I guess, in like a tank on her desk in our like cubicle section. And even that was a lot, and it was not a big tank. It was, but she was always having to like clean it out and test the pH and like do all this extra stuff. Yeah, like I find like the tarantulas, they just seem fluffy, so they're tempting. Also porcupines are weirdly tempting. Like I know that they're spiky, but I just want to pet one. Which is like not good. Like don't run up on a wild porcupine and try and pet it, you know, but I'm always like so tempted to do it though. I'm always like having a moment where I'm like, but what if I could pet a porcupine? What would it be like? I mainly want to get pets to get over the natural fears associated with them and learn more about the animals. I learned a lot just from getting random animals. That's fair. Yeah, I feel like a lot of animals are stigmatized. They have like a really bad rap for no reason. Oh goodness. Reach winter. Okay. Piano path left. Okay, I don't know what the piano path is. We'll have to look at that. Let's see what else we have. Unlock 6 winter chooks. Okay. There's a lot of unlocks here. Let's look at the chooks though. Who is available in winter? Okay, so there's 3 normal ones. The Dorking, the Faverolles, and the Frisian. I want a Faverol so bad. So let's go for some normal eggs. We'll hatch some of those. Egg truck has arrived. We have enough. Oh, we don't have enough. We're close. Hopefully they won't leave before we get to this number. It's basic, but I want a Shiba Inu. They're very popular. People love those dogs. They're very smart, I think. So I feel like people always want them because they're pretty intelligent. That was a bunch of money we just made. Alright, let's see what we... Was it in decor? The new path? Maybe. Maybe not. Oh, piano path. What does this do? We'll test it out. We'll see. We'll see how we like it. Oh, they don't, it doesn't, I thought it was gonna make noise. I was like, oh, it's gonna make a sound. It doesn't seem like it makes a sound. Spiders have some of the worst rap sheets ever. Most people I meet are genuinely afraid of them or instinctually want to kill them. Same with ants because they're too small, and roaches because they're perceived to be overall dirty. Spiders I leave be. Yeah, I have spiders all over my house. They're there to catch the other bugs, in my opinion. If they're too big, they might have to go outside, but if we can play nice together, we can hang out. Okay, let's hatch this. Let's see what we get. It is a salmon Faverol. I want this kind of chicken in real life. They're so cute. They have like chubby cheeks because they've got like fluff around their faces and like the bottom of their neck and their cheek area. And they're like a cute salmon pink color. I love them. That's the one I wanted really bad. Alright, let's see who we got next. The Dorking. Nice. Dorkings also have, like, cool markings from what I remember. Chook fact 14. Chickens were originally domesticated in China around 8,000 years ago. They spread to India 2,000 to 3,000 years later. Well then. There's some spiders outside on my back porch that rebuild their webs every night. They make big webs and takes only like 30 minutes. That's impressive. That's pretty wild. So yeah, spiders are cool. And they're generally pretty chill, honestly. They get a, like you said, they have a bad rap, but they're normally like pretty chill. I'm a little bit back. Welcome a little bit back, see you. I hope you're able to get some food. Get some dinner or something in ya. We've been talking about exotic pets. And specifically, we've been talking about spiders recently. Let's see. Let's also, I guess, let's make some... Let's see if we can get the last normal egg chicken, and then let's do a rare egg. Got weirdly stuck for a second there. We already broke the game once and had to like save and reload, so concerned. Yes, but I got attacked by a mosquito as I was eating. It was not pleasant. No! Mosquitoes are always out to ruin like eating outside. They always come for me. It'd be cool to have a Goliath bird eater as a pet. Take it on walks and stuff. You might have to be careful. I feel like it would still have predators in the wild. It is still a spider, even though it's a bird eater. Could deal with all the pigeons, too. I wasn't even outside, just my living room. No! That's even worse because then there's, like, a mosquito in your house. The worst kind of mosquito. Pippa the Frisian. Welcome, Pippa the Frisian. Welcome to your new home. Okay, how much space do we have? Oh, we have a decent amount. We're doing good. We have 20 extra housing. Not bad. I've thought long and hard about it. If we eliminated all mosquitoes, we only stand to benefit. They contribute nothing major to the ecosystem. It's actually true. We, there've been a lot of studies because we were worried that they were like a cornerstone species or something. And we, obviously, you don't want to like disrupt the food chain, but it turns out they're not actually a big deal. So we could, and they carry a lot of diseases. Malaria, West Nile. I don't need that. I'm good. I could do without that. I live by a river, so even though it's a moving bodies of water mean mosquitoes. So they can get pretty bad here, which is not my favorite. They are not my favorite creature on this green earth. All right, what else do we unlock? I feel like I don't know if there was anything special that we unlocked. Yeah, I think we just have to get more chooks. Some winter chooks. Mosquitoes, despite everything, exist out of spite. It seems to be the way. That seems to be what they're about. They just have an incredible will to survive. Let's see, let's get... Whoop. Gotta top up all of our food and waters. That was very loud, babe. I know. You tried to be quiet, but that was very loud. My husband and I share an office. He is also one of my mods. So you could thank Arrow for that sound effect. But yeah, I'm wondering, I don't know, we went really hard into the fall decor. I don't know if we're gonna go super hard. Some of our stuff doesn't really mesh with winter decor. Like this kind of tropical looking pond situation probably would not be moving in winter. Most mosquitoes only live for like a week, so it's amazing how far they've gotten. Yeah, think about the amount of spite it takes to live, like to exist consistently when you only have a week to like get everything done. Pretty tenacious creatures, despite all that we would rather them not be. Let's see, do we need to upgrade any of our houses? Yeah, this is probably good. Upgrade the big house, the big hen house. Alright, let's see. Allison, another periwinkle. Okay. Not necessarily what we were hoping for. I think we should literally just make some sort of mosquito AIDS or something, just a disease. There is one. It's not a disease. It's not like AIDS or something, but you can mass sterilize them, and it doesn't hurt the mosquitoes. But you like mass sterilize them, and they like re-release them back out, and then that way they just can't reproduce. So they can do that. Better than like using some sort of spray that's like toxic to other animals, because it's something that only affects the mosquitoes, and it doesn't like cause harm to the, if any creature is eating a mosquito. It's just very tedious and it's expensive, but I think they do it in areas like if areas are really hard hit with things like malaria. They've been working on that because obviously it's really expensive to have a bunch of people who get malaria from mosquitoes all the time. So they just work on that instead. Spend the money on that. We actually had our first Cheeky Chook hat hunt that we like hard failed today, which is pretty tragic considering that this is a child's game. But I couldn't find the last hat. We were not able to do it. Could we put something that would kill mosquitoes into human blood? Then we could fight them by just letting them exist for a while. Well, even if they bite you, like it's pretty uncomfortable. I feel like I'd rather that they just get sterilized and can't reproduce rather than getting bit. Actually, there are scientists that study mosquitoes. I'm sure they could eventually come up with something that will affect mosquitoes and spread instead of just taking away a handful of them and taking away their ability to reproduce. That's true. The danger with stuff like that is like you always just want to make sure it can't spread to other things, or that it doesn't affect other things that eat the mosquitoes. Because we've made that mistake more than a fair few times. Humans have done a lot of damage. Kind of playing God like that, you know? So, it takes a lot to find something that doesn't ruin things for anyone else. Alright, let's see. Oh, it's a little hot. There we go. I really thought that this piano walkway was gonna play like a piano if a chicken stepped on it, but it doesn't. Kind of a waste of $150 dollars, if you ask me. Pretty steep price for that. Let's see. Let's do another rare egg, because I think all that we're missing is rare egg types. I feel like winter is going... I feel like less stuff was unlocked. I feel like we had more things that like unlocked quickly in fall, but not quite so much in winter. Like, we unlocked the piano path, but I don't really think that that contributes much. Checking all the items that we have and just make sure we're not missing anything that's like particularly seasonal. Because usually the way the unlocks work is you have to like put a certain number of a seasonal item down and then you have to upgrade it. And then you'll unlock something else. So honestly, we spent most of our money like trying to unlock this chicken tree house, the Chook Fort. It says Chooks only on it. That was what we did in the fall. That was our main mission. Looks like some of our chickens are stuck between some of our hen houses over here. They're having a bit of a traffic jam. Having a bit of a moment. We've been playing this at a pretty good clip though. Considering it's pretty like time gated, it's not like Harvest Moon where you can kind of just like go to bed whenever. It's all just like based on whatever time. We've been kind of schmoovin'. You've unlocked the ice blower. Nice. Finally, one of the winter chooks. Might need to... I think we're good with housing. Actually, we did upgrade the big one, so should have a lot more space. Let's see. My nemesis, the hat hunting game again. There are these tiny crowns that are actually very hard for me to see. And they blend in with some of the chickens. Now, is this going to be another one where we fail? Maybe. I'm not immediately seeing a hat. Though some of them... Oh, there's one. There he is. I gotta get back to working on stuff. Have a good rest of your stream. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much for stopping in. I hope you have a good rest of your morning, afternoon, evening. And thanks for coming by. Glad that you could join us. Trying to think what chickens we got that were new in the fall. Oh yeah, we got a corn chicken. I don't know where it is. I'm gonna have to hunt it down. It kind of looks like an ear of corn in like a disconcerting way. Let me see. They might be stuck. Oop. It might be stuck in one of these things. One of the coops. Because I'm not... Oh, here it is. The corn chicken. Dorothy. Obviously not a real variety of chicken, though that would be pretty scary. If a ear of corn was shaped like a chicken, started just walking around. No, thank you. We also have the very creepy bee chicken. I really wish it had been cuter, because Melise is pretty creepy. I don't know why, but her 6 little legs, I don't like them. And her strange bee eyes, they just stare deep into your soul. So those are some of the ones we've gotten that I've been like, I don't know about this design. I'm not sure about that. Not sure how I feel about that one. Alright, what do we unlock something? 25 rare chooks. Got the pond. Unlock 4 winter chooks. Unlock snow peep. Alright, let's find the snow peep. It's probably in land items, I would think. But it might be in fun. Scroll. Okay. Not in land. Is it in fun? Yes. Snow peep adds 1 happiness. Alright. We should probably welcome people to our farm. Chickville, our very originally titled farm. And let's see, what were the other quests for this season? Unlock 6 winter chooks, we get the hot chocolate dispenser. 5 fully upgraded snow peeps, we get the igloo. Igloo gets the ice castle. Alright, what about the chooks? What are the winter chooks? Let's see. Winter heat wave? Maybe we have to adjust our heating a certain number of degrees? What's up, Loco? Why are you crying? Why are you crying in chat? Uglier sweater. Can chooks eat chocolate? I think you need 5 hot chocolate dispensers? 10 minus 2 equals 1 chook. Ugly sweater. Some of the descriptions in here are tragic. I know. Well, Green Team didn't say if it was work. It might just be like things to do. You know, people say use work colloquially. If it is work, that is indeed tragic, though. The blue-white's cute. Kind of reminds me of like porcelain, like Delft. Opposite colors. It would rather be like white with blue accents, but... We have like 4 Dalmatians. We get so many Dalmatians. Chook fact 15. The earliest known telling of the joke, "Why did the chicken cross the road?" appeared in a New York magazine in 1847. The more you know. Can't let the corporate overlords drive your life. That's true enough. That is true. Trying to like drink my tea so it doesn't just go cold on me. I always feel like I'm running on borrowed time there though. I did not mean to click that, but it was like $5, so it's fine. We'll do the pumpkin quest. I love that so many of them fly out from the coops and they're ready to run at so many pumpkins. The harried music gets me every time. You like start to feel the stress when it speeds up. Our score is improving. That might be because we've gained like a bunch of chickens, honestly, since the last time. I guess maybe we should buy another snowman. I think it adds happiness. Maybe we put one by the coops. They can get in on the winter fun. Got to head out for now too. Thanks for the stream. Good luck with the chickens. Do something nice for the little snaky for me. Yes. We will send her your love, Miss Udon. We will let her know. I hope you have a good rest of your evening. Hope your Friday goes well. And thanks for stopping in. Oh my god, the mods out in force with the animated emotes. I love the new emotes. I'm so glad you got the animated gramophone like you wanted. Yes, I'm so happy it came through and it looks really cute. She did a really great job making them look good in small form. So now we don't have to spit on people, even though people love spitting on people. With our emotes, we have a little bit more variety, so maybe more positive ones. Yeah, I feel like, I don't know, it's so funny because literally when I looked at my stats, the spit was by far the most used emote, both like on the channel and off the channel. And the off one is a bit concerning. If we're spitting at people in channel, it makes a little bit more sense. But there must have been a lot of spitting off channel. Gotta run this chat like the overlords run me during the week. What does that even mean, Loco? Please tell us. If you want to do an emote having war, I will probably win. Man. Going all out. People got a lot of emotes. I've seen a lot of them in chat, so... I wonder if the ghosts were only in the fall. I feel like I haven't seen them in winter, but I haven't really been paying attention. We're only on winter day 4 though, so probably also need to get a couple more rare eggs cooking. One of every Raz emote. A good mix, a good mix. Oh my goodness. That is a lot of emotes. Yeah, Loco's already overwhelmed. It's too much. Oh, and all the verdant emotes too. The mods are losing the war. The mods they're not doing in the emote battle. Alright, let's see. Let's do the dreaded hats. Hopefully none of the hats are trapped in the coops. He's still going. I looked away because I was searching for all these hats. The monster can? Wait, where even? Oh, I see it. That's a good one. Finally, one set of emotes I got myself. The sheesh is pretty good. That's great. Thank you for sharing all of your emotes with us. Yeah, that's so many emotes. I just like internalized how many there were. All of those except for arrows were gifted subs. That's crazy. That's rad. I don't know. I love gift subs. That stuff's the best. It's nice to be like in a channel and then suddenly you get gifted a sub and the person has great emotes and you're like, nice. This is the best. Okay, I almost deleted that tree by accident. Would have been kind of tragic. Let's see, I also haven't seen any, I wonder if no weeds grow during the winter, which would kind of make sense, but that is a steady amount of income that we have been relying on. People are way too generous on here. I actually did the math on the worth of every gifted sub I've gotten. Yeah, it's insane. There are a lot of people who give a lot, especially to small streamers. Actually, a lot of people gift to small streamers, which is really nice. Errol, thank you for the gift sub to Sihu. That's so sweet of you. And Sihu, welcome to the Jam Fam. Chummy, I saw your pet pick redeem. I have no idea where she is right now, but I will pet her when I see her next. I will find her. I think she's playing upstairs. Errol, you can pet pick anytime. You live here. That you are Pickles' father. You don't need to redeem to pet her. But you guys deserve all the support and loves. It is nice to support small streamers that way. And gift subs are a nice way because they give back to the community, which is nice. Let people use emotes and like hang out and, you know, not have ads. Yeah, Sihu's the best. Can we get another shout out for Sihu, please? Sihu raided in, and she's incredible. And she's a really comfy, cozy streamer. So if you haven't checked out Sihu, I highly recommend it. And she has a beautiful model as well that she made herself. She also has great channel redeems. She has some really cool ones. Now I will take my leave. Have a good rest of your day or night, guys. Gonna eat foods. Yes, enjoy your food. Enjoy your dinner or breakfast or lunch as it may be. I hope it is delicious. No, Sihu, you deserve all the love. You are so comfy and cozy. I love being able to stop into your streams. It's always a good vibe. And it's always very relaxing. So it's nice to have more of that on Twitch. Alright, let's see, what do we think we got? Did we get a new chicken? That's the real key. This is the gotcha. This is the gotcha of this game. We already had both a Sonia and a Pride, but we'll allow it. It's cute. Now we rolled the double Pride, which we didn't want. We didn't need. We needed more winter chooks, which we're missing. Gift? Well, we're missing Snowy, I guess, of ones we could get. But maybe we can't hatch this one. So maybe we got all the ones we can hatch. Maybe that is the way. Maybe I need to hatch more normal eggs to get more winter chicken friends. Alright, we'll try for that. We'll see how that turns out. We will test it out. Because these hatch pretty quickly, if I remember correctly. Alright, let's do the hat challenge again for some extra cash. Oh, so many crowns. 3 already. Who else has hats? Let's see, this one has a hat. Like squinting at the screen, trying to see who. Oh, that one that fell down had a hat. Probably. Someone probably has another crown on. There were so many this round. And those are by far the hardest to spot. Oh, nope, it's a giant top hat. Turns out. Alright, let's see how our food and water is going. Also, I guess we should check We have a lot of extra housing, so we are fine to keep hatching more chooks. All right, the gotcha. Ready? The New Hampshire, okay, a real breed. That's fine. Can always use more of the real ones. Molly, a Cochin, also a real breed. Also a real type of chicken. Let me check our missions. We need to... Yeah, we need one more winter chook, so I think we just keep going for normal eggs. And hope we get another, like, Faverol or something. That would be key. I would appreciate another Faverol. Because they're one of my favorite chicken breeds. I'm a little sad that the Lace Wyandotte did not make it in here. There are, like, a couple breeds that I like a lot of chickens that would have been cool to have in here. But there are also a lot of chicken breeds, so I can understand why they didn't put everything in. Oh, the owls are really chatty outside right now. We have a pair of barred owls that lives in the woods nearby, and they're hooting back and forth to each other. I think they're in our big, we have a very large walnut tree. I think they're in there having a chat, but they're very loud. Could hear them like over the sound of the game and everything else. All right, the final gotcha of the evening. Ruth, Buff Orpington, and Hannah, also a buffer. We have a lot of doubles today. Bit strange. Chook fact 16. According to the Guinness World Records, the most yolks in one egg is 5, but there have been reports of up to 9 yolks being found in a single egg. That's crazy. Ruth is a good name. Ruth is a solid name for a chicken. There have been some good ones. We'll do one pumpkin smash to close out. And then we'll probably save, and we'll see if anyone else is around to raid. I love to see some, look at this one run. Oh, this little blue and white one was just running back and forth over the bridge. Look at him go. So funny. I love them. I generally don't click on these that much, because I realized I went really hard once and I like didn't do much better than the chickens did just like by themselves. So I was like, oh, we could just let the chickens eat all the pumpkins as they're meant to do. Okay, let me save quick. Let me go to the main menu. Let me actually stop the desktop audio, put on some of our background music. Okay. Thank you guys so much for coming out. I'm gonna do a raid right now. We're gonna raid Linkubus. Why don't we do some like Raz raid with some gramophones? We can do that as our raid message. So that'll be super fun. So thank you guys for coming out. Hope you guys have a great rest of your morning, afternoon, evening, and we are gonna go check out Linkubus, who's doing some art.